Hey, it's the Scotch Test Dummies. We're going to do a Macallan versus Macallan.
What?
What are we doing? What is the difference? 12-12 what?
The traditional 12-year exclusively matured in sherry casks and the brand new 12-year double cask.
Head to head, and we're going to test it!
Let's test it.
All right, Scott, we're in. Now what? 12 and 12. I mean, this is like anarchy.
Yes.
How can we make them? It's like brother fighting brother.
I know.
North versus south.
Brother, we had a little brotherly fight on here.
That's a very good point. Yeah, my neck's still healing. I'm a JA. That may be my new nickname, apparently. Hopefully not. But no JA today. I'm going to be very nice and friendly.
We have the brand new Macallan 12-year double cask just come out. Just showed up in our store. We picked a bottle up. We just did a tasting on Saturday where we had this. So outside of that, we have not taken notes with it.
Nope.
The Macallan we reviewed 2 years ago, probably.
Right. Long time ago. Wow, has it been 2 years?
I'll bet it has been.
Ooh, I bet you're right.
It was one of our early reviews. But then we also, the first tasting that we did a couple of months ago is when we bought this bottle, the Macallan 12-year, and we took it. They're both fresh in our minds. We don't have notes on them, which is a little odd for us. Normally we've taken notes. We feel like, though, we're ready. This would be a good comparison to bring to you, because I know I was thinking, well, what's the difference between the two?
Mm-hmm. And we've been wanting to do verses, and we're going to do some more of those, where we just go one bottle versus another bottle and kind of compare the, what's same, what's different. Also, before I forget, we are still in the midst of the contest. It's a free giveaway that we're doing with a media pack. The Calm from the Storm, and it's the Deveron. There's a watch in here. What else is in here? There's an empty bottle in here. There's a media pack in here, and there's a glass, a Glencairn glass.
Watch.
Yeah, go back, a watch. Yeah, go back and view episode. Do you know the number? I don't know the number.
No. The Dalmore King Alexander is when we started the giveaway.
And right into the thumbnail it says like contest free giveaway. So go watch that. It explains in much more detail. This lasts until October 1st of 2016. So if you're watching this and it's past that date, just subscribe, because we got more contests coming. Subscribing is part of the thing you got to do to win as well. So please, just take some time and subscribe. All right, Bruno.
The Scotch, we both have a Scotch Test Dummy Glencairn that has the Macallan 12-year in it.
Okay, Macallan 12.
The one that is not a Scotch
both
Dummy
12s.
Glencairn has the double cask.
The double cask. So we've got the regular 12-year in the Scotch Test Dummies glass.
Yep.
And then we've got the new double cask and kind of the one on the far outside.
Which double casking with this is American oak and then sherry seasoned European oak. So very similar to the Balvenie 12-year double wood. Dalmore 12-year is also a double casking.
Right.
And Oberlauer.
Interesting. So we've never actually done this on the show before. We've done this live before, or not live, but just you and I doing it. I'm curious. The nose is a little softer with the double cask.
I'm going to tell you right up, there was more sherry with the double casking than I expected.
Right.
Coming to the traditional 12-year Macallan, the sherry is right up front. It punches you in the nose.
Yes.
There's a little bit of that sourness with it.
Fruity, dark fruit. You're right.
The 12-year double cask, still sherry, and there's more sherry on the nose than I had expected.
Yeah, but it's subtler.
It is subtler. It's sweeter.
You can really get your nose down in there. I still get that dark fruit. Maybe a little bit of, I don't know, almond or nut.
Huh? Yeah, a lot of times that's going to follow the sherry. Both of these also are bottled at 43% ABV. Now, the Macallan 12-year, the traditional one, is exclusively matured in selected sherry oak casks from Jerez, Spain.
I'm going to taste it.
And the Macallan double cask is, it just says sherry seasoned American and European oak casks.
Sweet. Sweet, this one right here.
You started with the traditional 12?
I did. Lovely dark fruits, candied apple. Lovely mouth coating. Really just an explosion of sweet fruit.
Plums. The nuttiness. Dark fruits. This is my kind of scotch.
Right.
I love it.
The aftertaste kind of wisps away a little bit, but in the lingering aftertaste, I almost get a hint. It's not a strong, powerful sensation, but a hint of caramel apple. Like a real juicy apple with just some caramel.
Toffee.
I'm doing another little sip.
Now I'm going to go to the double cask just here and see what.
Right. Wow. Forgot how good that one is.
Yeah. 12-year, definitely a lot lighter. With the sherry, there's more oak. There's more of a citrus sweetness with it, but those sherry notes as well. One thing I did notice at the tasting was I was expecting more along the lines of the Balvenie 12-year double wood, in that it's more of a whiskey with a hint of sherry. And this is almost more sherry with a hint of whiskey.
I definitely get a lot more of that oak. The sherry's in there. The mouthfeel is distinctly different. I almost get an earthiness. Like I can chew on this one a little bit more. Less sweet to me. Still, you're right, still that plum. Much more of a plum, not as much of a raisin for me, maybe even a prune. So the sweetness is there, but it's not as sweet forward as this one is for me.
I think it depends on the sweetness that you're referring to. To me, the citrus, the lights, the lemon or an orange peel, honeyed sugar sweetness is more with the new Macallan 12-year double cask. The traditional Macallan 12-year is that dark fruit sweetness, the sherry, the raisins, and the plums. And there's the angry chipmunk making an appearance.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Hurry up! Drink yours faster. This is a versus. We should be going head to head. Bam, bam, jam it, go. Just kidding. All right, versus. Well, maybe we should do a little deck. You know, like who wins, or is this a win? This one wins over this? Or
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Or what? I will share when I'm done which one I like more.
We did just had a comment pop up on YouTube from Stephanie Straw.
Oh, yeah.
I'll bring it up real quick because she said,
Stephanie.
I was just looking, she's so proud of us, we started live streaming. So which we did, we just did a live streaming this last weekend, or 2 weekends ago. And we're going to try every other week to do a live stream tasting.
Right.
So,
and that's my limitation. We may move it to every week. Doing a live show is a little bit harder with the family schedule for me. I got some little ones. By the way, Stephanie Straw is doing, she's getting big in the board game world. She just did a whole bunch of live, there was like this huge Gen Con gaming fair. It's the biggest one in the world. And she was there and she was doing like live streaming for hours. So she knows of which she speaks. Is that right? Of what she speaks.
I have to say, side by side, I'm really surprised that there's not that much difference between the two, it doesn't seem like. I mean, outside of some of the sweetness and a little bit milder on the sherry, they're pretty similar.
Oh, they're definitely similar. I lean toward the standard Macallan 12. Fruitier, sweeter. I love my caramel notes. I'm not some of you know this, I'm not as big on the oak flavors, and I believe I get more oak taste from this double cask.
Yes.
And so I lean definitely here.
I think a little bit of the American oak, you know, that vanilla and caramel, cinnamon, a little bit of that is in there with the Macallan double casking. Not much.
It's got a little bit of spice.
Subtleties.
Right.
And at the tasting we just did Saturday, when we did the 12-year double casking in the tasting, and then once we were done and everybody was mingling around, we had the bottle of the Macallan 12-year in the back. We went and got it out and had it, and same. I was like, wow, I really prefer the Macallan 12-year that's exclusively matured in the sherry cask. Although this is delicious also. It's not bad.
Well, we had one guy that did not like this when we used it at the tasting, and he was like, wow, I love this. So
he loved the new double casting.
Right, and then when we pulled them out head to head, he was still saying, oh, I don't like their standard 12, but I love this double casking. And it was just, I was like, wow, because to me they're very similar, but I got a feeling that he probably likes that wood oak flavor a little more. Have you added any water?
I did. I added my water. Just I think we've said it, the 12-year Macallan is so much stronger with the sherry notes. It's so prominent in it. You get that up front and throughout.
Right.
The finish, you know, mid palate, good mouth coating.
Softer, rounder with the Macallan 12, the standard. I would say, I think this is easier on the palate for those that are maybe even coming into whiskey.
Well,
you don't think?
I don't know. I guess we'd have to see, sit down with new people and see. I would think that the double casking would be just because it is a little bit lighter on the sherry and you're getting a little bit of oak. It's a little sweeter, I think.
Oh.
Light sugar honey sweetness. Citrus, you know, lemon or orange zest sweetness compared to just the dark fruit sherry sweetness of this one.
Yeah, maybe if they don't, if they're not into that sherry flavor. Because this one just comes off a little bit more, not sour, but a little bit more, you know, that sour note that you can sometimes get.
Yeah, you do.
I don't mean it in a bad way.
No, I think it follows sherry caskings. And we were at one tasting, matter of fact, a while back, and we had a sherried seasoned Scotch, and several of the people at the tasting thought it was a sour.
Right.
And it's that similar note that follows a lot of your sherry caskings, and I think it's just kind of a sour note. You either like it or you don't. This one, that sour note is not as prevalent as it is in the traditional 12-year. Like on the nose, I got it when we first sat down. I said, there's that sherry nose is on there. It's a little bit sour. And when you nose the new double cask, I don't think that sour is there. You get the sherry and a sweetness and the oak.
Well, I gotta say, either way, I love that the distilleries are trying some different things. You know, this double casking is just it's just a real nice option to have. You know, it's nice having this family like this. So I think it's a hit. Again, we're kind of the new generation where it's not like you are like, I am only a Macallan man, and I'm going, I'm only Lafroig, and your stuff is junk. You know, it's not like it's our sports team. We try, you want to try everything. I mean, I just want, oh yeah, let me try that, and then this. And we've had a lot of tastings where it's not just, oh, you're going to try this Lafroig and then this Lafroig. They're wanting to walk through multiple things that are on our shelf. And that seems to be the new trend, and I think that is awesome for the industry. So I think having these options in there, these subtle differences, is beautiful, desired.
I think it's going to depend on what mood I was in. Most of the time, I'm going to take the standard Macallan 12-year. If I want something just a little bit lighter, just a little bit more sweeter, a little oakier, the new double cask. So if I'm somewhere and they give me the option, probably the standard Macallan. If I'm somewhere though and they only have that double cask,
Sure.
I'm not going to complain.
No.
It's darn good.
Right. All right. You wanted to talk a little bit about our live shows that are coming out?
Sure.
And I know we're going to have to date this, so again, if you're watching this in 2017, this part won't be relevant.
We started live streaming, which was a goal of ours, probably for at least the last year.
Yeah, 2016.
We started last year talking about it, and then in January this year, one of our goals for this year was to get it done and start doing these live stream tastings.
Yes, and
with
it's
other
awesome.
people in the industry.
Right, industry fans,
Yeah.
other Scotch reviewers.
So we've done two. We done kind of a test one with just me and Bart, where we got samples of the Ardbeg Dark Cove. That was delicious.
Yeah, one thing we're going to do is sometimes we will not get a full bottle, and we believe that the full bottle is really something we got to do on a set piece show. It's part of the experience. However, when we're doing a live show, it's more informal. We're not on the set. We're at our own computers, different rooms. We're not together. I'm at a safe distance where I can't be attacked via hand-to-hand. But we'll also sometimes just do sample bottles that aren't coming from the sample, some of which are hard to get. And that's what we did with the Dark Cove committee release. And holy moly, was that good.
Yep.
Wow.
We both ordered bottles after that.
Yes, we did. It was an immediate hunt for, I need a full bottle of this.
Yes.
Lovely. So that'll happen too.
Anyway, that led up our first whiskey, or the first live tasting we did with Whiskey Daddy. Our next one is coming up on September 25th of 2016. We're going to have Bobby Childs on the show, who also,
Bobby.
he started video reviews. His YouTube channel is Adventures in Whiskey.
Adventures.
He's from Louisiana though, but he's also been writing reviews and had a blog up for quite a while.
Right, long time. I think even before we started videoing.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we've got a few other people that we've reached out to. We don't have a firm date yet. But again, subscribe, because we will be doing little, and get us on Twitter. Twitter is where we'll push out, hey, don't forget, Sunday, boom, this is who's on the show.
Facebook will put it out, Twitter.
Yeah.
That is September 25th of 2016 at 10 p.m. Central Time.
Bobby Childs.
We'll have Bobby Childs on the show.
Live. Boom. We want to get Toma, Reverend Toma, who's writing the Angels
him
portion on there
You
at
betcha.
some point too. So, all right.
Let me say real quick, it just came to mind, if this is 90% sherry, when you taste this, if you get 90% sherry with some other notes, this one is 70, maybe 80% sherry. It's a lot more on the sherry than I expected. What do you think? Is that a good comparison? What I'm trying to say is they're pretty darn close. There's not a big difference.
Right. It's I'm with you. It's a subtle difference, heavier on the oak. Not as, I wouldn't call this a sherry explosion, but it's definitely sherry forward.
Yes.
To me, the Glendronach was the explosion, but this is definitely sherry forward, and this is slightly less so.
Okay.
But it's still definitely there.
Yeah. Both are $60 range. Both worth it.
Yes.
I wouldn't feel bad if I don't feel bad about picking it up. So
No, they're tasty. They're well done. Worth it.
Yes.
I agree. They're definitely worth it, and we're gonna Scotch it, you Scotch guys.
Cilantro.
Dummies.
Dummies.